He was just trying to eat breakfast, just that, nothing fancy, nothing complicated, until two cops came in and tried to make an example out of him, like he was some kind of problem they needed to solve. I mean, picture this. It's a Tuesday in Mon, Georgia, gray outside, air thick with drizzle, the kind of morning where even the streetlights seem tired, and here's Clarence Dupree, sitting in the only booth he ever claims, back against the wall. Old army jacket pulled tight around his shoulders. That jacket's seen more action than the dishwasher in the kitchen, trust me. Place smells like burnt toast and cheap coffee, but for Clarence, it's peace, or as close as he's gonna get. Carla's there, running the floor, calling him Mr. DRI, with that little grin. She knows what he wants before he opens his mouth. Harold owns the joint and spends most of his day pretending to read invoices when he's really just watching out for folks. Most regulars figure Clarence is just another down-and-outer, somebody the world forgot. But in here, he's part of the family, even if his shoes are older than some of the customers. So, Clarence is doing his thing, nursing his coffee, reading the news up on the TV about veterans not getting their benefits, probably feeling every word like a bruise that never healed, when two officers push through the door. No rush, no sirens, just business as usual for them. You can see it in the way they walk. Langley's tall, broad, got the kind of presence that fills a room for all the wrong reasons. Reese's partner, squat, with that clipboard glued to his side, looking like he's ready to check off a box that says solved homelessness. They don't order coffee. They don't even answer Carla's good morning. Langley's eyes go straight to Clarence. Sir, you a customer here? Like the question isn't loaded. Clarence nods. I am. You buy anything? Breakfast on the way. You got a receipt? Carla jumps in. She's protective. You can tell. He's here all the time. Langley ignores her. Did I ask you? Harold shoots her a look, warning her to let it slide, but you can feel the tension already, one spark away from a fire. They ask Clarence for ID, like sitting quietly in a booth is a crime. He hands over his battered VA card. Langley sneers. This all you got? Clarence just says, it's all I need. That's the kind of answer that tells you he's been through worse than a couple of overzealous officers on a power trip. The diner's dead silent by now, eggs congealing on plates, forks hovering midair, everyone waiting to see how bad this is gonna get. Reese wants to know how long Clarence has been sitting there, how long he plans on staying. Clarence, cool as ever, says, long enough to eat my breakfast like everyone else. Carla drops his plate on the table, hands a little shaky but defiant. Then they try to push further, you homeless. Like that's a crime. Clarence nods, no house, but I got a home in this town. Langley starts in about people taking advantage, making a scene about fairness, like anyone in the room believes that's what this is really about. Nobody speaks up, though. Nobody wants to be next. Clarence keeps it calm, keeps it honest. I served in Iraq twice, worked security in Alabama till my knees gave out. I get by. I don't steal, don't beg. I pay for my food. Why you talking to me like I broke in somewhere? Langley fakes a laugh, just doing our job, and Carla won't let it go. Check the register. He paid. What else do you need? But they want more. Name, date of birth. Ree goes to run it through the system. Harold tries to talk to the officers outside, gets brushed off. Now, if you're watching all this, you know it's not about breakfast anymore. It's about making Clarence prove he belongs. That's when Clarence does something nobody expects. He pulls out an old flip phone, flips it open, presses a number. The room holds its breath. It's happening again, he says into the phone. No explanation, no panic, just matter of fact, and that's when the mood shifts. Langley's suddenly on edge. Who'd you just call? Clarence just closes the phone, sets it down, and says, you said you're doing your job. Now I'm doing mine. Langley puffs up, ready to drag Clarence outside, but before he can, the door swings open so fast the bell barely rings. In walks a man in a suit, no badge on display, just authority you can feel before he even speaks. Assistant Director Mark Sorrell, Department of Justice, he announces, calm but cold. Officers, I'm going to need your badge numbers. Everything grinds to a halt. Sorrell lays it out, body cam rolling, protocol violated, no complaint on record, and, just to twist the knife, this man is a veteran, not a suspect. Langley tries to talk back, gets shut down. Sorrell isn't here to negotiate. He's here to end this. The officers leave, heads low. Sorrell leans into Clarence, just a whisper, you all right? Clarence nods, didn't want to call you. Sorrell just says, but you were right too. Carla's still trying to process it. Who is he? But Clarence just calls him a friend. The rest of the diner tries to go back to normal, but nothing's normal after that. And here's the twist. Turns out, all this got caught on body cam. Somebody leaks the footage. 2 hours later, Clarence isn't just a face at a diner, he's viral. A teenage girl comes in, phone in hand, says, "You're the guy from the video." Suddenly, Clarence is trending. Hashtag ClarenceDRI. People are calling him a hero, the silent kind. He shakes his head. "I'm not a hero." But she just says, "You're not invisible anymore." Carla confirms it, shows him articles popping up, reporters asking for interviews. Clarence just sighs. "That's not what I wanted." Harold tells him, "Maybe it's what we needed." Thing is, once the internet grabs your story, it doesn't let go. News stations run the footage, dig into Clarence's past. They find old photos from Iraq, commendations nobody ever knew about. He's not just a vagrant, he's a decorated operator, task force wolfhound, rescue missions, medals that never made it onto his wall. Clarence doesn't care for the attention. He just wanted breakfast. But the world's watching now, and suddenly people in power have to answer for what happened. The police department launches an investigation. Old complaints against Langley start surfacing. Turns out, this isn't his first rodeo. Protesters show up outside HQ, quiet but present, holding signs. "I am Clarence Dupree." The officers get suspended. Social media tears through their past like a hurricane. Langley's done. Resigns. Justice, at least the public kind, moves fast when enough people are angry. Back at the diner, Clarence tries to keep things the same. He still sleeps at the shelter, still folds his jacket for a pillow, but now people see him. A box from the VA arrives. New shirt, boots, prepaid phone, and a note. "Thank you, Sergeant DRI." He didn't ask for any of it. All he wanted was a seat at the table. But life's different now. The world's seen him, and it wouldn't see him. He starts speaking at a local school, telling kids about service, about being invisible, about what it means to be tired, but still stand up for yourself. They just introduce him as Mr. Dupree. That's enough. People listen now, and, maybe for the first time, they really look. So here's the thing. Respect isn't something you give because you feel sorry for somebody. It's something you owe. And if it takes a diner, a bad morning, and a viral video for people to remember that, so be it. But don't let this end with Clarence. Next time you see someone who looks invisible, say something kind. Buy them a coffee. Look them in the eye. Because sometimes, just sitting beside someone is how you stand up for what's right. Now, I'm curious. Where do you stand? Was this justice, or just a bandage on a bigger wound? Drop your thoughts below, because stories like this, they only matter if we talk about them.